So I was watching this RawDog video, and he says, you know, if there's ever an EMP or anything, you're completely doomed, and you might as well just give up. We're all gonna die, you know, because we're gonna have nuclear meltdowns, and it's gonna go around the world. And what's the point of living, right? Very, very extreme and animated. You know, I'm not buying it. I don't buy that story. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are gonna thumbs down this video and say, well, Ches Critter, you have no idea how bad it's going to be. But you know, I've heard this before. Now I'm not ignorant to science, but do we remember the Deepwater Horizon that was supposed to stop the jet stream and wipe out all of humanity? And then Fukushima was going to travel around the world, and remember all these experts that came on and said you got to move south of the equator, get as far south as possible, because within a couple years everything's going to be completely irradiated. Now I'm not going to deny that it was a horrible disaster, and there's large areas of Japan that are uninhabitable, but as far as I know, people aren't dropping dead hand over fist in Tokyo. Okay? Are they getting higher levels of radiation? Absolutely. I agree with that. And so the premise of this is that, well, if an EMP or a solar flare or anything goes out, we're going to have a meltdown at every single one of these facilities, and the Earth will be so radioactive that humans will not be able to survive. I just don't see it. And I know you get these facts and these people that come on, they say, there's enough radiation in Fukushima to kill, like, all of humanity 10 times over. Okay, and I'm not disputing that at all, but are we taking the nuclear fuel in there, grinding it all up, putting it in a pill and feeding it to every single one of our 7 billion humans on this planet? No. A lot of it gets dispersed in the ocean, a lot of it stays on the ground, and there's a lot of it that's staying in the reactors right now. It's not being spread evenly over the planet. I mean, we've blown up a lot of nuclear bombs, and they're actually cleaner than reactors. But I mean, hundreds and hundreds of tests, all over the world. So I just don't buy it. But uninhabitable zones, absolutely, for sure, for sure. Let's say RawDog's scenario comes true, and we have a reactor meltdown at every single reactor. I think he said there's a little over 100 reactors in the U.S. The downwind areas are going to be uninhabitable. There's going to be lots of people that get cancer, but it's not going to wipe out all of humanity. And I don't see anything like that happening, barring, like an extinction level event like the dinosaurs went through, like a big asteroid. But even that I'm skeptical of, because, all right, you know how the environmentalists, and they get so wrapped up with this, like, oh, all these fragile species, right? These, like, the green-legged tree frog of, Zimbabwe or whatever is threatened because of global warming or something, okay? It's like, how did all of this stuff survive this giant rock coming down and, just blasting everything to hell, right? And the dinosaurs went extinct, right? But what about lizards and amphibians and all these insects and everything that supposedly are all so fragile? What I'm saying is that life is tenacious. And I don't think getting wrapped up in this hype of, an extinction level event is realistic. If there's a big outside chance, or a small outside chance that something like that would happen, but I'm just not seeing it. So, I think it's going to be somewhere in between a catastrophic economic collapse and an energy crisis that's really going to bring humanity to its knees. And yeah, not everyone is prepared to weather that storm, but I think that your average doomsday prepper, because you used that example, is 100 times more prepared than anyone else that really doesn't have a clue about anything that's coming. And even if all of these doomsday scenarios happen at once, humanity will go on. And I think that even you, Mr. RawDog, if faced with a reactor meltdown near you somewhere, and you knew it was happening everywhere, I'm pretty sure you'd still try to survive. I don't think you just throw your hands up and say, well, it's over, pack it in. But who knows, maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that.